Johnny Dick Dangerous. But yeah, that was a really easy win for Price, and he was a cruiserweight, and he fucking bodied JJ, Johnny Jr. That's probably one of
No,
the
I was
easiest
trying
wins
to
of his, probably the easiest win of his career. But yeah, but I don't know. When I first got there, I had to work my way up, just like you did.
Yeah. My easiest match when I began in IWL had to be against Ricky.
Oh my god, that guy was so universally hated backstage in the locker room, dude. Like, holy shit. It was him, Ortiz, Alex Faze, Diego's another one of those motherfuckers that I hated. Uh,
Yeah, that was the Shield. That
yeah,
was the team that I held my tag team gold with because they played by the Freebird rules.
yeah,
Um, I can say when I snuck my way into their faction, when I weaseled my way into their faction
yeah. That dude,
to
that was
destroy
huge, bro.
them.
I'm not even gonna lie, cause like when you first told me about that, I was like, dude, that is gold. You gotta do that. And the way that you were able to build their trust, and for them to fucking trust you, and for you to turn your back on them, in the middle of a match when I think they fought, what was it, Colt Canyon? Colt.
It was cold and
Oh fuck, I
Charlie Whiskers.
was it
Was it
Whiskers?
Whiskers?
I don't know, but it was
I,
Colt, because I remember it was Colt personally, because he knew what was going on, because you told him. I thought it was
yes.
funny because like when they were going out to defend their tag titles, they had no idea what was about to happen. Like Colt knew, he fucking knew.
Yeah. They both knew. Alex, I will give Alex credit where credit is due. I liked that Alex joined with me when he did because I didn't want to have to wreck his shit like I have in it, their training. Their training was I had more fun training against you and Severin and Derek and Tony
And
and
Roy Harper
Roy
and Whiskers.
and Whiskers. I had so much more fun training with you guys.
Oh yeah,
It, their training was a fatal four way that turns into a 3-on-1.
that's actually now that is like if you go to IWL today, that's how they do it. And with POH, they will jump guys because I guess that's what they do now.
That that's 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 their backstage politics
Yeah, which we'll dive into later. But
because I know a lot of their backstage a
oh,
lot of
dude,
the
it's
backstage
so much worse
manipulation that
now.
goes
Like
on.
I still have a lot of friends that are in that promotion, and they say that it's like it's very it's very soft, and like I'm so glad that they ended up firing me, which was stupid because I was the most over guy in IWL, and it was fucking stupid. I was about to do a program with Johnny
They
Jr. and
they they never gave the talent that deserved the pushes that they deserved.
I was getting a push ever since I got like the whole dick persona and the dick appointment slips. I was getting a push, and Gabriel was a big fan of me, even though I was not a big fan of some of his ideas, but he still believed in me. And at the time, I was still friends with Whiskers and Harper before we fell out. which, I don't really have anything bad to say about them other than the fact that Harper kind of let his, you know, he
He
let
had his
the
power trip.
yeah, he got his power tripped. Almost like he was bullied when he was a kid, and once he got like a position of authority, he kind of had like a Napoleon complex to him. But
I still talk to Roy to this day, just, seeing
oh,
how he's doing. And
oh well, you be
um,
sure to tell him the Dick says hi. I would
I
love
will.
to have him on the podcast. I'd love to have him, or I'd love to have Whiskers. But I think the
Uh,
one that really did not like me was Zoe. It was all because I gave her that dick
oh,
appointment
God.
slip. Oh my God. I know you weren't there. I know you heard about that.
Um, I still had my connections inside there that
Yeah.
told me everything
Yeah.
because
And it was funny,
Severn Wolf was still
a part of
in
them. Yeah.
a part of IWL.
No, it's funny
And
because the reason why I got fired was because she freaked out and overreacted, as women will do, to a dick appointment slip. Everyone else thought it was hilarious, and then she fired me, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And Gabriel, he told me, he actually messaged me the other day that I could that he wants me back, and then I went no part of IWL. I mean, it's just my character is not supposed to be handcuffed. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
I've pissed a lot of people off. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a fucking dick. I mean, I get it. I understand. It's part of who I am. All right. The acronym for
well,
DICK is a dedicated infantry combat killer, and that's what the fuck I am. So that's what the government paid me to fucking be, and that's who I'm gonna fucking be until I fucking die. Is a fucking dick. The only thing is if I'm either gonna be the kind of dick you want on your side, or the kind of dick that will be against you, and you don't want me to be against you, man. That's how it fucking is.
oh, I know we've had our share of matches,
Yeah.
to say the least. Um, but back to the thing with IWL.
Hmm.
With that promotion, them introducing Zoe
Was what killed it.
as a manager for Ferocity, which was their women's division,
Hmm.
was the worst idea that they have ever had. She was horrible, horrible with her management. She had
Yeah.
this ranking system. Okay, every time you went in, you won a match, you got points.
I mean, yeah, I can understand. I mean, that was a good idea.
I mean, it made sense to an extent, but you have certain superstars that have 30, 40 points from winning their matches, you know, doing everything they're told to do. And then you have other superstars who are only getting 5 and 10 points, and they're getting title shots.
Well, I really didn't know because I didn't have my wife wasn't in the women's division, so I really didn't know how that was. I kind of stayed away from all the female talent because I'm married. My wife would kill me, you know.
Oh,
So
oh yeah, mine would too. If Sarah saw me within 100 feet of any of those women from that women's division, I would end in black.
oh, right on. But
I'd be the one.
yeah, you'd be the one going to black, but
Oh God,
so
she would
murder
kill
you.
me.
Yeah, kind of like Selena with whiskers. Oh my God, man, she had whiskers like whipped, man. I mean, like Whiskers is a good dude, with our beef set aside. He's a good dude, and his wife is a fantastic performer. And
Real quick, Johnny. Real
yeah.
quick. Speaking of Whiskers, and I know you've brought him up a couple times.
Hmm.
I was thinking about this. I have one thing I still need to apologize to that man for.
Hmm.
The gimmick infringement.
Oh, oh my God! Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about because he had no idea what was going on. That was hilarious. He got a really good laugh out of that. That was a
So
really that was really funny.
everybody that is listening to the cast, what had happened? I was on energy. I finally get my title match. It is Charlie Whiskers and Andy Azrael getting ready to throw down for the title.
Hmm.
And Roy, who was the GM,
Was this post power trip or pre power trip?
this was post Power Trip.
No, it had to be pre power trip. This was probably before he had the power trip because this is what early in your IWL career, right?
No, this was later on.
Oh, so this was when he was going on his power trip.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
he was on his Power Trip. That's when he was having his issue with Whiskers, and he was putting Whiskers in all kind of outrageous matches that he had to fight for his title
Hmm.
in. Well, the match beforehand, Andy had fought Whiskers and won the match.
Hmm.
Whiskers got his rematch clause. I was the number one contender at the time. I got thrown into the match as a surprise to them. And I'm pretty sure Whiskers wanted to actually kill me. His music hit. He goes down to the ring.
Hmm.
Andy's music hits. Goes down to the ring.
Oh, keep going, keep going.
Whiskers' music hits a second time.
You should have
And
seen the
Whiskers
look
looks
on his face, though.
he 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 looked at the Titantron like, what the fuck is happening? I'm already out here. So I not only stole his entrance music and his, lights show and everything to do with him coming down to the ring. I stole his attire. I spent weeks practicing his moves so I could perfect them.
Oh, you got to, man, especially that cat nap.
That is when I realized I had to embrace what I'm good at. And the mind games began with Whiskers.
He at first he was pissed, but like when he got backstage, he thought it was funny. He had a good laugh. I was laughing my ass off when I see that. I was like, oh my God. And Roy was laughing his ass off. Like everyone backstage was like,
It it threw him off so bad
I think he
that
ended
if
up winning the
Andy,
match though, didn't he?
yeah, yeah, thanks to Andy. Andy broke up the pin. If Andy wouldn't have broke up the pin, I had Whiskers for the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, but it just wasn't your night, obviously. It
No,
made sense
no.
storyline for Whiskers to win.
It did, and I will give him that. That was a great way for him to win, overcoming those odds
Yeah.
and making it through the mind games. Um, but
I mean, we had some great times at IWL. I won't
I
lie.
did, I did.
I had some great times. But
Yeah.
now, did you feel like there was favoritism? Because like a lot of people have told me
Oh
about
yeah,
like certain individuals being favorite amongst others.
oh yeah.
So
Look
you've
at
seen it. So you've seen it too.
oh yeah. I saw it when I saw the first time I saw the favoritism. It was me and Severin Wolf. We were in the back and we were watching the TV, waiting on our match to come up.
Hmm.
And we're watching what's going on out in the ring. And here comes Derek Wolf down to the ring,
Hmm.
mic in hand, announces that he's no longer going to be part of the Hellhounds. So me and Severin, a little bit mad.
Was this when he joined Next Big Team?
Yep. It
Oh
was
yeah,
when he formed the next big team with Roy Harper.
yeah. Oh, dude, you got to give credit where credit's due. The Next Big
I
Team were
they were
super huge, man. They end up like winning
they
the tag
were
team titles, man.
they were.
I mean, I got it like Derek with Roy. I mean, that is a hard team to
Well,
beat. Those guys are damn near impossible to beat
now
singles.
don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong at all. They are good opponents.
Oh hell
They
yeah!
they fought hella hard to get
Remember
to
the
where
first
they were.
match that we had that Derek was in. It was we did a triple threat. It was a house show,
Yep,
and he like
yep,
I think he ended up eliminating you, which caught you by surprise. And then it was him and
yeah, yeah.
and there were so many near falls. And I remember like you were like when I got backstage because after I won, you're like, holy shit, dude, he's like took you to your fucking limits. And I was like, god damn, dude's fucking good, you know.
Yeah,
That was the
yeah.
very
I
first match
mean,
that
not to
we
take
had with him.
away, not away, not, I'm not trying to take away from Derek Wolf or Roy Harper. As individual wrestlers, they're both good.
Oh yeah.
As a tag team,
Oh, damn near unstoppable.
they're they're they're
That's why
they're
they were the next big
3D
team.
good.
Yeah, they were the next
They're
big team.
th they were 3D good.
Yeah, that's
Like,
why they were called the next big team because they were the next big team.
but they were getting each a singles match every night, every show, and then getting a tag team match in that same show.
I mean, I don't remember.
I
I mean,
mean,
maybe they had to pull double duty. I've had to pull double duty. I remember
I mean, I've pulled double duty. I was
yeah,
in I was in four different matches in one night because nobody showed up to work.
yeah.
Like,
I remember my first
I've
I think my first
I've
match
pulled my
batch. Were you there? Wait, no, you weren't there. So when I got suspended, my first match back, I had to defend not only the tag team titles, but I had to represent Danger Zone with Danger Zone versus Energy. And on
oh
my
yeah, when they
yeah,
did their show versus show.
yeah, and I ended up bodying two motherfuckers, and I eliminated two other guys, all by myself. And I'm not gonna lie, I think I had like another dude. I think his name was TJ, because I had Jesse Blaze, who is now the Freak Show, because he was my. We were both tag team champions.
Hey, speaking of freak show, I know you're gonna be watching this cast.
Oh yeah, I mean he's part of Team Alpha Male, bro. Come on.
I'm still coming for that extreme title.
Oh, the Extreme Hardcore
It
title on.
will be fucking mine. I will get my hands on that title.
I mean, I want to get to that later about you and Freak Show, but
Oh,
trust me, we're gonna talk about it because he said some things about you that you need to hear. But IWL. So yeah, it was me and Jesse Blaze before he changed to Freak Show, and we beat some Energy guys. And it was awesome, man. Like I carried that fucking team. It was great. Uh, that was like the first time I started using the dick gimmick was on that pay per view. That's when I debuted it, and
hey, hey,
but
Johnny,
yeah,
real quick, while we're in the studio,
okay.
you don't mind that I smoke in the studio, do you?
Oh no, man, go ahead. I'm about to fucking throw some chew in, bud. I mean, my wife's out right now, so we'll open up a window and we'll be good to go, bro. Throw some like
Good to go.
Febreze out here, but yeah, man. So the favoritism you were saying, the next big team were showing favoritism.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, Whiskers, I understand, Mr. Charlie Whiskers, I understand it. As a wrestler and as a GM, you had to fulfill your duties of putting on 5-star matches.
Mm-hmm.
I get it. But there were some other tag teams in that division, from my experience,
Mm-hmm.
from getting in the ring with people, that deserved a push. I
Like
mean,
who exactly? Like tag teams or just single people or just both altogether?
uh, both altogether, because when I was doing my singles wrestling, I there was a lot of people I fought. Hell, there's still some guys I still talk to in the back
Mm-hmm.
occasionally, you know. Like I'll swing by their house or something, and be like, "Hey, how you guys doing?"
Yeah.
Um, but there was some single wrestlers, and then there was some tag teams, particularly uh, you guys, Team Alpha Male. They could have
Oh, yeah.
utilized you guys more.
I actually,
Um,
I think they,
well,
I
when I was still in there, they
yeah.
they were not using you guys as much as they could have.
Well,
Like
that's because
there
we
was
just became like a tag team when that happened.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, I didn't leave till you guys were number one
Yeah, number one
or
contenders. Yeah,
you guys had to fight Roy and
we actually didn't
uh
fight them.
Eric.
We had to we never crossed paths with them because they
Or
were on Energy and we were on
who were they supposed to fight? They
uh
were supposed to fight somebody for number one contenders. I can't remember.
I don't know who it was. I mean,
It
those
was
guys were
it
on an
was
entirely different
Tony.
show. Gentleman
It
Shade.
was to
Yeah,
Yeah, it was Gentleman Shade.
I think this was before he went by Gentleman Shade. I think he was Tony Shade
Um,
still.
yeah, he was still Tony Shade. It was him and Lorenzo
Oh,
when he
Dallas
was still
Graves.
when he was Dallas Graves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, fun fact. Uh, I was I wasn't in the match when Dallas Graves and Tony Shade won the tag team titles for Team Alpha Male. I wasn't there for that because I wasn't around, and they needed somebody from Team Alpha Male to represent the Team Alpha Male. So Dallas and Tony were both around, and we're like, yeah, we'll do it. I mean, Johnny's busy right now, and Price couldn't do it because he was already North American champion, and
Yeah.
so we well that, and he was on Energy. So we just went with Dallas and Tony, and he ended up winning it. And then Dallas later would retire, and then Shade wasn't around because he had some stuff come up, some very serious issues, medical issues. So the only guys that were around was like Jesse and myself, and I know we didn't win the tag team titles, but we defended those tag team titles, and we were the longest reigning IWL World Tag Team Champions. You know, even though we
I
didn't win it, we defended them, you know, back to back. We defend them every week. We defended them on pay-per-views. There was not a
I
single tag
defended.
team that could beat us. And I will say, to go on record, that I'm happy to say that there was never a tag team in that whole division that beat us for those tag team titles because they stripped those
Speaking
titles
of
from us.
tag team,
Yeah.
there, Johnny, you might be seeing a new tag team soon.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What? For,
Me and a mystery partner.
oh,
I'll leave that one to be revealed when the time is right.
all right. But, so let's, uh, let's kind of finish
But
up on IWL. But so
back to back
so
to IWL.
you
Their politics.
yeah was
Sorry
super
for
bad.
interrupting.
No, their politics
Their
were bad.
their politics. It got to the point where the ones that were winning their matches, they weren't really getting the title shots that
Hmm.
they had earned. You know, they were giving them to other superstars because one week I was out. I pulled a hamstring.
Hmm.
I was injured. They wouldn't let me wrestle. That the night that I was supposed to have my number one contenders match, they replaced me with someone who hadn't won a match in 6 weeks.
Yeah, pretty much like a jobber.
Yeah.
Who was it? Was it Johnny Jr. fucking JJ
No,
before he like stole everything from me?
it was Nero Dominion.
Oh yeah, I remember him.
I you know, I wanted to take him under my wing and train him. I started to. We did a little bit of training, but
Hmm.
he found his calling somewhere else, and that's where
Hmm.
he went. I I give him credit where credit's due, but if he would have stayed with me at that point in time and let me train him, he would have been easily a champion at one point or another.
Hmm. So
I'm I'm not saying I've you know, because I've never held a singles champion
mhm.
in IWL. I've never held a championship in IWL outside of a tag team championship,
Hmm.
which wasn't earned by me, but I defended it
Well, I mean,
4 times.
as long as you defended it, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I defended it when I was in the Shield. Because I was with them for about 2 months.
Yeah, we covered the Shield or whatever they were.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, I started seeing like politics between the wrestlers then, and then I started noticing the politics backstage with management,
hmm.
the owner,
Hmm.
you know,
No one knows who fucking
all of
runs that
that.
right now. Because it.
Because when like I said, when I was still in the Hellhounds,
Hmm.
um, which I still have my Hellhounds. They're scattered, but they're there.
Hmm.
They'll come together when they need to.
Right on.
But when I was with the Hellhounds, I started seeing management's manipulation, almost kind of like the Authority from the WWE. Um, they started originally with not pushing the superstars the way they needed to,
Mm-hmm.
giving people that they liked more than others, because they didn't like their gimmick nearly as well. Um, Example, I had a run-in with Zoe.
Mm-hmm.
I pinned Selena Kyle. I pinned her.
Mm-hmm.
She ordered the match to be restarted. I got pinned the second time.
So kind of fucked you on that.
Yeah. Um,
You got beat by a girl. Oh, I'm sorry,
yeah.
man. It's just me giving you shit. You know I love giving you shit, man.
Yeah. 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 No, no, Selena kicked my ass. It was a
Oh man.
it was a it was actually a bet. They introduced this title for night.
Oh god.
One night. Because I told them I wanted a title shot. They said, we'll give you a title shot. I was like, I don't care who it is, whether it's male, female, whatever. I don't care. I just want a title shot. They said, okay, fine. Sinister Black versus Selena Kyle for the Women's Extreme Championship.
I don't think
One
you wanted
guy.
to win that anyways.
I think it was more worried about what Charlie Whiskers was going to do to me if I
Oh
hit his
yeah.
wife with a steel chair.
Yeah. You know that cat nap is very dangerous.
To be honest, I was waiting on him to come out to the ring during the match and hit me with the cat nap.
Oh god. I've definitely got hit with that cat nap, dude. And then when
But
I did the cat nap to him, but I called it the dick to sleep. He thought it was
but
funny though.
with I did. I still do. Um, but with that being said, um, the backstage manipulation
Oh, it was there. A lot of people that
when
have been on my podcast,
oh
they have said it. It's not just, it's not. I mean, if
it
IWL management's listening, we're not making this up. We've had witnesses on this show to confirm the backstage politics. This isn't us fucking blowing smoke up your goddamn asses. This is facts. All right.
oh yeah.
Backstage politics
I
was
mean
bullshit.
I'm a witness to a chunk of it. It's part of the reason I left. It's part of the reason I walked away. I could not deal with those backstage
If
politics anymore.
if they were to
When
offer me
it's
like to come back and for a championship match and all sins are forgiven. Johnny sins. But I would still not go back just because it's just like I know the management there. And I know that Whiskers and Harper and we've all fallen out. I mean, you know,
I would
it's
rather
probably like more my fault for being a dick. I mean, but
listen, even though you are a dick,
yes.
okay? I mean, you are Johnny the Dick Dangerous.
Oh yeah.
Uh, Even though you are a dick, their politics, there was no excuse for how far it went. When you got somebody who's being a dick, and then you got somebody that is going through a rough patch in life, you shouldn't be fucking the person that is going through that rough patch. Eh,
The reason why I was being a dick, okay, like I'm somebody that is like if one of my boys
well, I
is
mean, you're a
wronged,
dick.
well,
There's no other way to put it.
well, yeah, but the thing, like, I'm not like a dick just to be a dick, but like, there has to be something that happens that triggers for me to be a dick.
Oh, I know.
Like harsh treatment to like one of my boys in alpha male. That's gonna set me the fuck off because like me being a team
Yeah.
leader in the army, like
Well,
I look after my fucking Joes. Like I looked after my fucking guys. If somebody was like trying to treat them poorly or like no, those are
well,
my
look.
fucking boys. And
Well, well, Johnny, look at me with my hounds.
yeah,
Like, I, only one of them came with me
yeah.
because when they were the other hounds were hearing about the backstage politics, they were like, yeah, you know what? I was gonna come to that promotion. I'll stick where I'm at.
Yeah. And another thing
And
about
that
that.
says something about their management. I've got
Oh, I've told so
hounds.
many people to stay away from IWL. I told them, I was like, look, do not fucking come here because of the backstage politics is fucking bullshit. So
Dude,
many
I
people.
have hounds in so many different leagues
Mm-hmm.
or so many different promotions.
Mm-hmm.
The league of these superstars that I have behind me, if I would have brought them to IWL,
Yeah. They would have hated it.
like I did with you, and like I did with Derek, and like how I did with Severn
Yeah,
and
but
Tony
the thing
and
was,
and Lorenzo.
it started out great at first before the backstage politics bullshit. You know what I mean?
Oh, it did. Like I said earlier, don't get me wrong. When I first came to IWL, I loved it there.
Yeah, I loved it. It
It
was
was
my
the
home.
place
I
to
would
be.
defend it. I defended IWL. Anytime someone was like, "Yo, IWL is like a shit promotion," I'm like, "No, no, 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 no.
What
What the fuck you just say?" And
what was the promotion that was invading IWL?
GW, which I happen to be a part of now. I actually had Fat Caesar on the show uh, a while ago.
When next time you talk to him, tell him that Sinister Black says hi.
I will do. But yeah, so, but going back to the part where I'm a dick, like the whole thing with Matt, the reason why I was a dick because like I didn't think it was cool that he blew off a match and like he ducked my brother and then he ducked me in GEW, and then he's ducked other guys, like it's either fight or like shut the fuck up, dude. Like if you're not fighting,
Agreed.
don't run your fucking mouth, you know? And like that's why I was a dick to him. And then with the whole Johnny Jr., JJ, dude's fucking copied me, bro. I have it on tape, all right? And that's why I was a dick to Johnny Jr., JJ, because dude tried so hard to be just like me, man. Like it was fucking ridiculous. That's why I was a dick to him, right? I wasn't being a dick just to be a fucking dick. I thought I was like, really, dude?
No,
Why are you trying to copy me, man? Like, be your own fucking person. You know what I mean?
I get it because everybody had that issue with Severn Wolf and Derek Wolf.
Yeah.
Like
And
they always assumed about those two, even though those two weren't very fond of each other.
no, no. I mean,
Like
I don't blame Derek
there
for.
were times that I had to calm Severin down because of a match he has had with Derek,
Yeah, but
you know.
the thing
But
was about it, uh, you know, and with the whole thing with Diego, dude, I hate that motherfucker. Fuck that motherfucker. And
oh,
the
him and Ricky and them were something else.
yeah, and then Mikel. Okay, Mikel, fuck that piece of shit. Like fuck that dude. the only reason why I was a dick to those guys is because they had it coming, man. I was never a dick to Whiskers. I wasn't a dick to Roy. You know, even though I had every right to fucking be when he fucking stripped my brother, was still fucking. He was still one of my friends until after I fucking left, and then they fucking for some reason they want to fucking run their goddamn mouths. You know, I'm not saying like all I said was that Roy had a power trip. You know, I'm not
Which he
saying
did.
I'm not just saying this. Other people are fucking saying this. So all the shit that we're fucking saying is not just we're not saying it. We're not making it up. We fucking witnessed this shit. All right? Like before he had the power trip, we were all good friends. You know, we were all
Oh
great,
yeah.
you know, and then
I
he had
mean,
the
I still talk to Roy occasionally,
yeah.
but he had a very, very bad power trip, and I would love to get into the ring with him again. I really would.
But
But like you said with IWL, if they offered you a contract and
I'd
a
say no.
title match, like dude, they could not give me a contract big enough
To say
to
yes.
for me to say yes. Like it would have to be bigger than what the WWE is paying Brock Lesnar
Yeah.
to
No,
stay at
not even
to
that,
stay there.
not even that.
I'm not even saying that
Okay,
that
so
would
let's
be enough. But they're like it's because I'm not being part of those politics again.
no, fuck that.
If I wanted to get into politics like that, I would pull a cane and
Run for mayor.
become run for mayor.
Yeah,
If
but
when I
let's
get in the ring, my goal is to to knock somebody the fuck out. Like that's I want a match. I want a good one. I don't want an easy match. You know,
yeah, but let's shift gears here. We're done talking about IWL, but so after IWL, you left. You stayed relevant. Uh, I haven't talked to you in a long time since that, and then we just gotten back in contact recently. Uh, why the distance? What happened, man?
I
Because
was doing a lot of soul searching.
I mean, I tried to get a hold of you. You know, you like got a new number or blocked my number or something. You know, the only way that I could reach you was through Severin when you guys were still friends.
Um,
So,
it wasn't just you. It was a lot of people.
hmm
Severin, when he went to get a hold of me, he had to get a hold of me multiple times. It wasn't he just called once and then I was like, "Hey, how's it going?" No, he was calling me 3 and 4 times a day trying to get a hold of me to figure
hmm
out what was going through my mind at that time. I was embracing my inner darkness. I was going through some tough times uh, between my wrestling career and then my outside career, um, my home life. There was a lot going on.
hmm
Um, but with everything going on, it was easier for me to deal with it on my own than it was for me to continue doing what I loved and talking to everybody, all my former coworkers and all my
so
friends and
were you still like wrestling in other promotions, or were you like just back on the indies doing house shows and stuff like that?
it was mostly indies and house shows.
Mm-hmm.
Um, after IWL,
Because I didn't,
there was a
I
long spurt where I did not think outside of the indies that I was going to go back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that all changed when I talked to you. Um, after talking to you and meeting Jesse.
Yeah.
Um,
Which we were actually actually going to discuss that. So, Freak Show, he said that he didn't even break a sweat when he was in the ring with you. I know that you had an off night, that you were ill. You also were dealing with injuries and stuff like that. Uh,
oh yeah, there was a lot going on that night. At that time, not only was I dealing with stuff, I was also on a very bad losing streak in the
mhm,
Indies. Um, I was going out, I was still doing matches, every day. I could not get a footing. I was trying to reinvent myself.
mhm. I remember because we had a triple threat in a on one of the house shows, and I pinned you and your friend Severin Wolf to win the match. Which that was one
Yeah.
hell of a match, man. That reminded
Yeah.
us. That reminded
Um,
me of the what was it a few years ago? I think it was back in
well,
like what 2015 when we'd have like shows like
our
that.
our hour-long house show
Yeah.
match.
Or that
Yeah.
best of three series that we did that I somehow won.
All the three stages of hell.
Yeah, I
Oh God.
that
Um,
was oh my god, dude. I remember you put me through a fucking table, dude, and you fucking dropped me wrong on my fucking shoulder, dude. Oh fuck.
uh, well, yeah, I was also dealing with the issues there at the end before I came back, you know, and before I came out of my seclusion.
Mhm.
I was dealing with the issues that I had with my dear friend Severin Wolf.
Mhm.
Um, that that being said, I hope he's doing good. I hope he's winning matches. I know he's a
So
good wrestler.
so Severin, I know you guys had a falling out, but do you think that you guys, because I know you guys were best friends, and I've had some falling outs with some of my best friends, but the thing about best friends, we're able to like, especially about being guy, not just best friends, but being guys, is we get over shit a lot quicker. And that's what
Well,
separates us from women, because like women best friends, like they like when they have a falling out, like they talk so much shit about each other, and then they hate each other, and then it's like years go by before they're friends again, but they still talk shit to one another. You know what I mean? But like guys, we're like we'll get pissed
well,
off, but then like
well,
you fucking duke it out, and whoever wins wins, and then you guys go get a fucking beer afterwards.
well. The thing is, Johnny, he's still a hellhound. He's the co-creator of the Hellhounds.
Hmm.
Um,
What I would
I
do.
know, I know if I was to be put into a match with him,
Hmm.
it would be just like old times.
Hmm.
It would not miss a beat.
Hmm.
But he's doing his own thing. I'm doing my own thing. If our paths cross, cool. If they don't, cool. It
So
it's
why don't you
not a
guys just
matter of it's not going to be a matter of us forgiving each other. It'll be okay. We know we have to work together.
hmm I mean, why
Let's
don't you
get it
guys
done.
why don't you guys just like duke it out, and like the loser apologizes, and then like you guys just go back to being friends, man, and pretend like the whole thing never
Well, if
fucking
his
happened.
ass ever get if his ass ever gets in this promotion, that could be a thing one day.
So
We'll
you're
find out.
open. You're open to squaring it in the ring. Loser
I
apologizes.
I am open. I am open to having the Hellhounds back.
Okay. But like,
I am open to that.
would you guys be open to doing a best of three? Loser apologizes, and you guys go back to being friends and squash the bullshit right then and there. And then you guys got the Hellhounds
Um,
back, and then I can have my two fucking Hellhounds here in APW, or what's going on?
well, either way, there's never going to be a solid going back to the way we used to be.
Hmm.
That's just a
So,
given.
so you're saying you guys aren't capable of being friends again?
Not after some of the issues.
I mean,
Um,
because I've spoke to him, and you know, uh,
it's not a matter of not being able to do it. It's a matter of putting my family first,
hmm.
and that's that's something I gotta do. Um, like I said, I will work with the guy. I have no problem getting into the ring and pounding some skulls in with him because, like I said earlier, he has always been. We were in any promotion when we were fighting in the indies. If I knew I had a match coming up and I had to find me a partner, I knew who I could count on.
Was
I
Severed
knew who
Wolf.
had I knew who had my back regardless of situation. The
Hmm.
odds could be stacked up against us. It could be an 8 on 2, a 10 on 2.
And you'd still pick Severed Wolf, even still to
And
this day.
to
To
this
this
day,
day, to this day,
to
you'd
this
pick
day,
Severed Wolf.
to this day, to this day, I would still pick Severin Wolf.
All right,
Only for one reason,
which
and
is
one reason alone. Like I said earlier, he brings out the best in me, whether we're fighting against each other or whether we're fighting with each other. He has always been the yin to my yang when it comes to our wrestling.
all right. Well,
Now, with that being said, though, that would require him to be in this promotion. And Severin, I know you're gonna either watch this or listen to this. I would like to see you in this promotion. I'd like to face you one day for a title, or be tagged with you for a title. But doesn't mean things are going to go back to how they used to be. I can work with you, and that's it.
all right. Well, let's shift gears on that because that was one thing I wanted to talk about. So, let's talk about APW. You had your tournament match against Freak Show, right? And
Yes, yes, it did.
did not go the way you thought it would go, which I trained him
No,
personally.
Freak Show is a very good opponent.
Oh my God, he's very good.
He
He's good.
he. If I could form a dream team, like an actual dream team, like I could have any people fighting alongside me, going against some of the best in the business, The Undertaker, Shawn
Hmm.
Michaels, Triple H, DX. It would have to be Severn, Freak Show, of course, Johnny the Dick Dangerous,
Yep.
and of course, the one, the only, um, oh crap. I can't even think of his name right now. Huh.
The one and
Fail.
only.
Fail.
What was it?
Um, oh, because I don't know if he still runs it.
Uh,
Um,
who? IWO guy,
Dallas Graves.
Dallas Graves. Yeah,
Dallas Graves.
you know
I
he.
didn't know if he was I didn't know if he was still going by Dallas
No, he
or if
is.
he was
Oh, he is.
yeah. I just wasn't sure. I haven't talked to him in a hot minute.
Dallas has
Um
always been a good friend of mine, one of my close personal best friends. And
Severn actually introduced me to Dallas.
oh, really? It was actually you that
Yes.
introduced me to Dallas, and we hit it off so great. Uh,
If to be honest, I wouldn't know a lot of the people in the back that I know if it wasn't for Severn.
hmm
Dallas, Tony Shade, you. Um, I mean, the list goes on and on. But um, back to the match with Freak Show.
hmm So,
I've told him once. I've told him 1,000 times. I'm coming for that title.
hmm
I will get that title.
you know,
If
uh,
it
you know that he said that it was like a walk in the park for him. He said that he broke a sweat beating his dick than beating you. Not me, obviously,
well,
but
after doing the soul searching and doing all of the stuff that I needed to do,
hmm
I am very confident that I could take Freak Show and take his title. No problem.
Also, there's another person in the mix as well, RV3. You had a run in with him.
Oh God, RB3. Where to begin with him?
RB3 is good, but his brother Martin Money is definitely better. Uh, of the
R
two, Martin's definitely way better.
RB3 RB3
hmm
fighting him.
I mean, he's good.
He was a good match. I would definitely I would definitely love to be in a match against him again.
I can definitely make that
Which
happen.
if you were to make that happen, I think I might know the way I want that to happen.
Oh, all right. Well, after the podcast, discuss it with me, and I'll make that happen.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to talk about that because that's gonna be an interesting match setup.
But
Um,
so you feeling pretty confident about the next go around?
oh yeah, oh yeah. Um, like I said earlier, I've embraced everything that I needed to embrace. I've been reinventing myself. I have a whole new look. Um, I have whole new entrance song. Um,
Mine changed, by the
New
way.
moves. Oh, golly.
Yeah, mine changed. But
Um,
but
yeah,
yeah.
I'll have to play you the song whenever we're done with the podcast,
All
so
right.
you
Well,
can check out the new entrance.
before
Um,
we wrap up here for the show, I just want to take the time for thank you for coming in to the
no
studio,
problem.
and it's been a while, man, and I hope everything's gotten a lot better for you, and I wish you luck in
Oh, they
APW.
have, they will, and uh, APW's gonna need the luck.
I think we're doing pretty good so far, but before we end, Seriously, thanks again for coming down. It was really nice seeing you again, man. It's been a long
No
time,
problem,
so
man.
let's not be strangers, all right?
Anytime, man. All you got to do is just give me a holler.
All right, well, this is going to conclude this week's episode of The Weekly Dick.